Good morning, everyone. This is Brian Kelly, and I am reporting to you from my kitchen table here in Garner, North Carolina. Just want to wish everyone a fantastic day. It's a great, beautiful, glorious day outside, as you can see through the window, the thing there here. Okay, very nice day, and just glad to be alive, man. Glad to be alive. I don't take anything for granted at all, but it's always a blessing to just be here and be alive. So I'm thankful and grateful for that. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you today about something that's kind of important. I get a lot of inquiries. People call, people text me and email me almost on a daily basis. And there are some people who, they want to get into a higher ticket program or a medium ticket program like the Prosperity Home Network. But even at the lowest range of like one-time $150, they still don't have the finances to do that. Outside of that, just advertising it and getting it going. And, they still don't have it. And that's unfortunate, but I figure, anyone can be in that situation. I'm not making, fun of those folks or, whatever, because it can happen to anyone. And as you know, people are being laid off their jobs and, like millions of people, and, they're getting unemployment and stimulus, but after a while that ends. And when it ends and they don't have a job, what are they going to do? And so, I have, my main program obviously is the Prosperity Home Network. Okay, it's been really good to me, and not, and a lot of other people, around the world for that matter. And, to me, it's not hard to do. It's not expensive to get into, but for other people, that's a challenge. And so what I've done, I had a program, well, I still do, maybe, I don't know, 4 months ago, whatever, that I got involved in. And this program, there's actually two programs. And these two programs are really, really cheap. They're one-time costs, and they're very, very cheap. And they make money, though. That's the thing about it. But it takes a little bit of time. You have to get some momentum going. I've actually made some pretty decent money with these programs. I didn't really push it like I needed to, because at the time, I found, some other things in Prosperity which are paying a little bit more. So I kind of focused more so on that. But I wanted to kind of introduce you to these two programs here. And I'm talking to people who have contacted me, and they, wanted to do Prosperity, but they just didn't have the funds to do that. And that's fine. That's totally fine. So what I'm going to show you now are two different programs that will allow you to make some very good money. Not so much as like up front, like a ton of money up front, but what I want you to do, and you got to do this, okay? You have to do this. And I'm not being mean or anything, but people just don't read, okay? They just don't read. And in order for you to fully understand, to fully comprehend what this is all about, you've got to read these two sheets of paper. You have to do it over and over again. And the reason I say that is because it happened to me. I just went through it one time, and and I didn't think anything of it. But I said to myself, I'm going to sit down for like 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to really, really read and focus and concentrate on what I'm reading here, okay? And if I do that, I'm going to get a full understanding of what these two things are all about. And I did that, and when I did that, I was like, oh my goodness, this is something that's really powerful. It really is. And so, I decided right then and there, I said, I'm going to go ahead and do this, because number one, it was very cheap to get into. And number two, it was extremely, I felt it's extremely appealing to just about anybody, especially people who are looking to start a home business, but they are on very, very limited funds. Okay. And so I want to introduce you to the first opportunity. Well, I'll do this one first here. Okay. This one is called the what? The Cash Millionaire. Okay, I don't know how I found out. I may have got an email. I'm not really sure. But again, what you have to do is the bottom line is I have in my possession these two flyers. Okay, all right, and I don't mail stuff out. I will send it to you email. So please get an email address, and I will send this flyer to you along with a cover letter that I use. You can use that cover letter if you want to. But this thing is very good. It's very effective, and it says here. Where is that? Okay. It says it's a one-time payment of $37 to join this full page. Okay. But actually, in this case, that's not true. It's a lot cheaper than that because what it is, you'll have to pay. Let me see here. You have to pay. Let me see here. What is it? 15 and 6. Actually, this is $21 because you'll have to pay this $5 right here, and then you'll have to pay the $10, $2, $2. So that comes to a total of $21. All right. And so what I want you to do is, again, I need you to read. I need you to read this. If you have to read it 5 times, please read it. And then if you read it, you will understand what this is all about. Okay. This is not an overnight get rich quick deal at all, but it's something that you can do. And here's the deal. So a lot of people have this notion that they can just drop a flyer in the mail and everyone's going to join and you're going to be rich overnight. And that's not reality. That's not true at all. Okay. So for something like this, if you are in a situation where you're limited in funds, you can, let's say for instance, you get in this program, $21. Okay. You're limited on your funds. And you don't have money to mail out, or if you have email address, you can email this thing to people. That's fine. But here's the deal. Now you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. I mean, you really are going to have to do that. All right. And what I mean by that is this: you probably know other people who are in the same situation that you may be in. Let's say, for instance, you are unemployed, or they cut your hours at your job. Okay. Well, you got to take this flyer and send this flyer to those people, and then give them a call and say, "Look, guys, I want you to read this thing. Look, I'm in this thing, and if you really read this thing, okay, then and we follow it together. You hang with me, I hang with you, and we do this close knit. And I get you, then you get someone else, and everyone stays close knit. There's possibilities. I mean, again, I'm not making any promises here. I'm not saying any promises, but look at this here. Just read that, okay." If everyone gets 5 through 8 levels, you receive $4 million. Now, I'm not saying you're going to do that. I'm not saying you're going to do that. But, 3 who gets 3 all 8 positions, you receive $72,816. Now, the whole point of this matter is this. You as an individual, 2 or 3 people. And what you want to do, you want to take this and give it to them, and then give them a call and say, "Hey, man, listen. Just read this, and I want you to comprehend what it says. And if we stick together and do this thing, 8 levels, we can be here. We can get to this level." And if you think of it that way, you can really. And I'm not saying you're going to make all this. I'm not saying that. But my point is, something this simple, something this cheap. Most people, even people who are unemployed, can afford to do this. But the way you make money doing this, consistent money doing this, is you got to reach out to people who you actually know, who are in the same situation that you're in. Now, if you mail it out, that's fine. You'll get money and that sort of thing over time, but that's a little bit slower because, first of all, you don't know these people, and second of all, these people are getting solicitations all the time. So you're kind of just one in the number. But if you go to people that you know who are in the same situation as you are, and you share this with them, and you just kind of like, I'm going to call you, and we're going to keep in communication, and I'm going to help you with this, and you help your folks and so forth. You can make some city before you know it. Your mailbox is just overflowing with these payments. Okay, and I'm going to really start pushing this myself because I'm realizing the power of this. So, and the whole thing ultimately is this. Okay, now people don't believe, you have no credibility whatsoever in making money until you're actually making money. All right, because here's the deal. If you go to someone and let's say for instance before you were involved in opportunities and so forth, and you showed them, and they, well, how much money are you making? Well, I'm just kind of getting started. And you know, some people, well, I'm not going to do it because you ain't making any money. And to me, that's not really fair, but that's just reality. I mean, that's just that's how people are. That's how we are wired, human beings, and we have this automatic skepticism in us to think, you know, the worst, and think, well, you know, this is a scam, whatever. But the bottom line is this: if you get a person involved in something like this, something small, and they get a small success, okay, what you've done is two things. Number one, you've made money, you know, from them. And number two, which is most important, you've gained credibility, okay? And when you gain credibility with a person, then that means those people will listen to you. They will follow you. So now let's say, for instance, they're in this program, you know, your name is John, and you get Mary involved in this program. And Mary, you say, Mary, if you do X, Y, Z, you'll make some money. So Mary gets involved, and she does what you ask her to do, and she makes some money. So now Mary's made some money, and you've gained her trust. So now, let's say, for instance, you are in the Prosperity Home Network, and you come to her and say, hey, Mary, listen, I showed you this other thing. You made money. I want you to take a look at this Prosperity Home Network. Now, she's made enough money to, you know, let's say, for instance, you made $150, right? That's just the very minimum it takes to get involved in prosperity. Now, she can take that 150 and get involved in prosperity. And why would she do that? The reason why she would do that is because she has made money. You told her about something that has actually made her money, and now she believes in you. You now have credibility with her. So we want to use these type of programs as kind of more or less a springboard to other things, but at the same time, you're still making decent money. But the whole point with this type of program right here is that, you know, you want to be close. You want to find, and they always say, well, don't contact your friends and family, that sort of thing. And that's true to a certain degree. But, you know, desperate times, sometimes, you know, you have to do desperate measures for desperate times. And so you want to print this off, or you want to email this to people that you know, and tell them, hey, look, I don't normally do this, and I know this is kind of crazy, but man, look, please, beg and please just read this and get a full understanding of it, and explain to them, you know, how they can find someone that they know at, you know, at a close range. And then if they do this, I'm telling you guys, if you do this three who got all 8 positions, this is what you're going to, and see, math does not lie. This is mathematically, this is what you would do. This is what you would make. Okay. And so this I want to share with you. Now, this is another program. I actually like this one right here. This is a little bit better, I think, personally. I like it because you're getting, you know, $10 bills, and I've gotten a whole lot of those with this program here. All right, and so it's the same concept. Again, I'm going to tell you, you've got to read this thing, you know, 4 or 5 times to get a full comprehension of what this is all about. All right, and so. It's the same principle. This one, I think, let me see here. This is going to be a one-time $30. Yeah, $30. Just, you know, because you have my box here and this person here, and you have to pay. But anyway, what I want to do, I want to send this to you. And again, check this out. Now it says it talks about here 200 copies signed, 10%, 20 participants, $200, that sort of thing. So again, you're finding someone. You're taking this flyer, you're mailing it to them, or you're emailing it to them, you're handing it to them, you're saying, hey, I want you to read this, okay? Read this, and, you know, follow instructions and get involved and do it, okay? All right, so as you can see here, again, these I'm not guaranteeing any results. I'm not saying if you don't do anything, you make nothing. But you know, here it is right here, you know. This is only 3 positions, but we're talking $10, and so you know, these things, it's like call it like the snowball effect. You know, once you get this thing going, it's like a snowball at the top of a hill. It's a little tiny little ball, and then you start rolling it down the hill. By the time you get to the bottom of the hill, it's like a huge thing. So it starts off small, right? But once you start moving this thing, and the whole thing is this, again, you know, you can mail this thing out, you can email it out, that's fine and well. But where you're going to make your most money is when you are able to contact those people who you know are in the same situation, or they're looking to. I mean, they're really looking to make some money, but they don't have a lot of money to spend on an opportunity. Those are the people that are going to be successful at this, and that's who you have to share it with. Okay, and then you see, and I want you to do this in a very controlled manner. It's not like you got to get a zillion people, but the people, let's say for instance you get 3 people. Okay, well, stay in contact with those people. Say, hey, okay, I got you involved in this program yesterday or last week. Okay, how are you going? Have you gotten your 3 people yet? And see, you want to kind of keep it in a controlled fashion where you're in contact with those people that you got involved in this. Now, this is not something that you're paying a monthly on. This is a one-time deal, one-time fee. This one right here, this program here is $30. This one's only $21. And most people, do both of them. But if you can't do both of them, at least do one of them. I mean, really, seriously. I mean, they're really cheap, and that's what you can do. And so, yeah, and just you want to be in total control of this, and then once a person starts making money, they see what you did, and they're going to duplicate. They're going to, and down the line, it may have a breakdown, but my point is, you don't stop at getting just 3 people. Get as many people as you can, because see, and this is just reality. Maybe at the 5th level there may be a breakdown, but if you're getting more people on the front end, ultimately it's going to break through that, and you'll still make what you want to make and everything, and you get to the point where you are making you go to your mailbox, man, and you're getting this money every single day, and that's an awesome feeling. Okay, again, I'm not making any promises by no means, but I want to share that information with you because, like I said, I get phone calls and emails and texts all the time from people who like my program, the Prosperity Home Network, but they just, for some reason or not, they just can't really afford it. So I'm giving you an opportunity here, for something that's it's something that you can get started really quickly. It's only $30 and then $20. I mean, it's like really, really cheap, one time, but you are taking this information, distributing it to people that close, and the main thing is this. The main thing is you're communicating with them when you get them this and say, hey, just sit down. Okay, who do you know to send this to? Now, you're not, when you send it to people, you're not twisting their arm and go to meetings, that sort of thing. This is just a flyer. What you want to stress to people that you give this to is to read it. Read it. You got to. People just do not read, man. And I hate to say, but people call me all the time. Well, what's the Prosperity Home Network about? Well, go to the website. I don't mind answering questions, but you got to have some responsibility. If you're looking for something to make money, and there's a website out there, you look at the website, you look at the videos, you read the website information. Then after that, if you have questions, then you can always give me a call. But to give a person a call and say, well, what's this all about? And you haven't even taken any initiative to look at a video that explains it. I mean, that's crazy, because that's kind of wasting your time and wasting my time. We have tools in place to do the talking and the selling for you. In the case of Prosperity, we have the videos, we have the website, in this case here, we have these 2 flyers, right? These 2 flyers, when if a person asks you, well, what's this all about? Well, you don't have to answer the question. Just say, look, man, just read the flyer, read it 4 times. And then after you read it 4 times and you soak it in, if you have questions, then you can ask me. But don't just ask me questions without reading it. And I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but that's just reality. People do this all the time. But if you could just sit down and, set aside 15 minutes and just read it, you'll be just fine. So with that being said, I've talked enough already. I'd like to send you these 2 flyers. I have a little cover letter with them as well that you can use. And again, I want to stress this, okay? When you get involved in this program, okay, you will there's no doubt about it in my mind, you will make money, but you've got to follow those instructions that I gave you. Number 1 is you want to, if you know people, you want to give it to them, either physically hand it to them or email it to them. Then you want to contact them and say, hey, listen, I want you to read this thing, take 15 minutes, set aside, read this thing several different times. And then once they do that, okay, a person, once a person does that, and they're the kind of person who's looking to make some money, it'll click in their brain to say, you know what, I've got something that's really good here. Very, very good here. And then they will probably join you. And then what you tell them is, hey, what I want you to do is I want you to find someone in the same situation who is having some financial problems just like you, and you do the same thing. And again, you want to be in a control. You want to make sure you keep in contact with these people, okay? And not like be forceful and push them, but keeping them encouraged and let them know that this is a system that actually works. And math does not lie. I'm telling you, if you do just like this thing here, where it says, three who get 3 for 8 positions, you're at this level here. That's mathematically, that is true. That's absolutely true. Again, don't try to say I said that you're going to make this for sure, but if you do what you're supposed to do, it's a very high possibility you can reach that or even go beyond it. Same thing here. Third position, $84,200 in cash, and this is to me, it's a little easier to do this one here. I really like this one. As a matter of fact, a lady had contacted me a few days ago, so I should probably be getting something in the mail. She joined both these programs, getting in the mail from her, so she was excited about it. But these type of programs they're actually they're very, very legitimate. I know this person, the owner of both of these programs, and he's an upstanding kind of guy. Been doing this for a long, long time, and he realizes that there are people out there looking to make money, but just don't have the big ticket money, the $1,000, $2,000 to get involved. But they do have they can spare $20, $30 here and there. All right, and number two, which is a big thing I want to stress, is this: it's about credibility. Right now, maybe you have gotten people involved or want people to get involved in your other programs, and they don't believe you. Well, when you show people how to make money, they actually make money from what you're offering them. Okay, then and only then you get the credibility that you deserve. Okay, and those people will then follow you wherever you want. Now, again, Prosperity Home Network is that's my primary business that I do, and I want you to get involved in that program because it's good. It pays a lot of money, on a consistent basis, and there are residuals that go with that. But this video is specifically for these two programs here. Once you start making money, then of course you can contact me. We get you started in the Prosperity Home Network. But right now, I want you to focus on these two flyers right here, and I want to send those flyers to you. Again, I don't mail anything to anyone. If you want the flyer, then what I want you to do is I want you to go to this, type this email. This is my email address, my personal email address, okay? All right, and put in the heading, like the email, just put in there flyers. Say, I want flyers or whatever. Once I get that, then I will send it to you. I'll send you both of these flyers via email along with the cover letter. I want you to read everything that I send to you numerous times so you can get a full comprehension of it. Because if you read it one time, it's going to go in one ear and out the other, and you're not going to understand it, okay? But if you read it thoroughly, and you'll understand what this is all about and how simple it is and how that math works. It can really get you where you want to go, okay? Just send me an email and I will send it to you right away. So anyway, again, just want to say thanks again for taking a look at this video. I'm here to help you as best as I can. I try to help people, this is for, I would say all around the world, but I mean, you can, you can do this program pretty much anywhere you want to, as long as you have a legitimate address, to do, then you'll be just fine. Okay. Let me send this stuff to you. Again, bdkelly101 at yahoo.com. I'll send it to you as soon as possible. And, I want you to get involved. I really want this. Look, there's no excuse. If you read this stuff, I know I'm going on, on a tantrum here, but if you read this stuff, right, and you don't get involved, but yet you still complain about, yeah, you want to start a business and, so forth and so on. This is like really, really easy and it's very legitimate. I have made a lot of money off of this alone, you know, and I want you to get involved. Again, this is not my primary thing, but this is something that I'm gonna start pushing again because I feel there are a lot of people out there who who've been asking for this and who actually need this to get going, to get enough money to get into other programs. My primary thing is, prosperity, and I want you to get enough money where you can get into prosperity. And then again, when you start making money and your people start making money, guess what? You now have credibility. They will definitely follow you. And when you get in Prosperity Home Network, because you help them make money, guess what? They're going to follow you right into Prosperity Home Network. And when that happens, that's where you start making a lot of money. All right. So I've talked enough. I'm going to get ready to go start my day. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Be sure to give me, just send me an email. I want flyer, and I will send it to you as quickly as possible. Okay. So hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.